So if you think you're gonna lean on me like these punks you got in here, you better think again. You hear me talking, hillbilly boy? I'ma get medieval on your ass.
Slap my hands, pick me up, slams me on the floor.
Ving Rhames was the most feared actor of his time, and you could see it the moment he stepped on set. And because of that, Tyrese Gibson still remembers filming Baby Boy, when Ving locked him in a chokehold so tight that he almost screamed for help.
Mom!
Yeah, that's right. That's right, call for your mama.
And for Omar Gooding, his co-actor. It was the moment Ving snapped at him mid-scene, barking, "What?" The delivery was so intense that Omar admitted he was shaken.
He said, boy, if you don't and I remember I grabbed him. And we fell on the bed and we was wrestling this I was like, yeah, and I jumped off him. I'm like, punk, you da-da-da-da, right?
But for Ving, these weren't just movie moments. This was Ving's raw energy bleeding into real life. Now let's begin. Ving Rhames is not just a tough guy on screen. His intensity is real, and it has shaken people off camera too. During the filming of the 2001 movie Baby Boy, tension on set reached an unforgettable level. It all began during a rehearsal exercise. Rhames was deeply committed to staying in character, pushing his co-stars to match his energy. So, during one scene, he and Tyrese Gibson engaged in word association drills. They were yelling, playing off each other, testing boundaries, and escalating the tension with every exchange. Then, the moment reached a boiling point. Rhames allegedly put Tyrese in a chokehold so tight that he was calling for his mama. And this wasn't just an exaggeration. Tyrese recalled feeling truly overwhelmed, admitting in interviews years later, "I was not acting. That Ving Rhames definitely triggered the S out of me. I don't like the N to this day."
Rhames definitely triggered the I don't like to this day. To this day, bro. I don't give a where we at, give a what clothes we got on, what we doing, what event. It could be the Golden Globes. I see that across the room, I'll be like, man, that.
Now, tension between them did not end on set. There are reports that their animosity continued even after filming. Omar Gooding, another cast member, also called Rhames a real-life bruiser. During rehearsals, Rhames and Omar got into multiple physical confrontations. In one moment, they wrestled on a bed for a long time, and Rhames even told Omar, "Some of us need to step it up." It was clear that his presence demanded respect and fear.
Ving Rhames was there, so we, obviously we were going back and forth. And every time I say something, I'm like, what? He said, boy, if you don't and I remember I grabbed him. And we fell on the bed and we was wrestling this I was like, yeah, and I jumped off him. I'm like, punk, you da-da-da-da, right?
But his intensity was not only on film sets. In July 2016, Rhames was at home in Santa Monica when police came with guns drawn. They had received a 911 call reporting a large black man breaking in. Rhames, wearing only basketball shorts, opened the door and saw a red dot from a 9mm pistol aimed at his face. The situation only calmed after a police captain recognized him. Then, it turned out the neighbor who called denied making the report. This incident showed how his presence could intimidate even people who should have known him.
Ving Rhames definitely triggered the I don't like to this day. To this day, bro. I don't give a where we at, give a what clothes we got on, what we doing, what event. It could be the Golden Globes.
Rhames just went public about a confrontational moment with police in his own home.
I opened the door, there's a red dot pointed at my face from a 9mm.
Oh my gosh.
Tragedy also struck his personal life. In August 2007, his caretaker, Jacob Adams, was mauled by his dogs while Rhames was away. Adams died from the attack. At first, reports said the dogs were not the cause, but the LAPD later confirmed they were involved. This event added another layer to the aura of danger around Rhames, and even his professional life has been full of controversies. In 2009, he sued the producer of The Red Canvas, saying he was only paid $175,000 of the $200,000 promised. Then, his 2005 movie Animal caused legal disputes over profits, which lasted years. He also starred in Sin, 2003. co-starring Gary Oldman, which was widely criticized. Oldman even called it possibly the worst movie ever made. Although it was not his fault, the association added to the tension around him. Most recently, in early 2025, fans noticed alarming changes in his appearance in a social media video. They worried about his health, and speculation spread about serious issues. Even then, the public could not separate him from the aura of intensity and toughness that defines him. Through all of this, Ving Rhames is a man to be feared. He commands attention wherever he goes, whether on set, at home, or in the headlines. But to understand why he became this force, we need to look at where it all began. His early life in Harlem. It is there, in the streets and the family that raised him, that the roots of his toughness and presence were planted. Ving Rhames was born, Irving Ramesses Rhames, on May 12, 1959, in Harlem, New York City. From the start, his environment was challenging. He grew up surrounded by street life, drug kings, and gangsters. These experiences, he later said, helped inform the authenticity of his tougher, grittier on-screen personas. But despite the pressures around him, he made a conscious choice to stay on a different path. He avoided drugs and easy street money, and instead focused on discipline, playing football for Covent Avenue Baptist Church. This early decision set the tone for the focus and drive that would define him for the rest of his life. And then something unexpected happened. During junior high school, one of his teachers noticed his talent for poetry. She encouraged him to explore it further. Because of that encouragement, he auditioned for the High School of Performing Arts in New York.
Actually, my 8th grade teacher, when we did poetry readings in class, she would call on me and she said, you know what, you have a kind of talent for this and you have an interesting voice. Why don't you just audition for this school?
And this was a turning point. At this school, Rhames was surrounded by other young, ambitious performers, and it gave him the chance to channel his energy and intensity into acting. He thrived in that environment, learning not just technique, but also how to carry himself with presence and authority. After high school, he continued to pursue formal training in drama. He studied at the State University of New York, SUNY Purchase, where he met fellow acting student Stanley Tucci. Tucci gave him the nickname Ving, which stuck and would become the name by which the world knows him.
Actually, it was something I was trying to keep a secret for a while, but somehow the press found out. My given name is Irving. And what happened was people started calling me for short Ving. So it kind of stuck with me even before I knew anything.
But Rhames was not done yet. He transferred to the prestigious Juilliard School's drama division on scholarship, where he immersed himself in rigorous classical training. He graduated in 1983 with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree. This education provided him with a strong foundation to be versatile as an actor, allowing him to take on a wide range of roles and adapt to any performance style.
Again, I mean, it's, yeah.
By the time the 90s rolled around, Rhames' career really took off, and let me tell you, he's been on a roll ever since.
Right after graduation, Rhames began performing in Shakespeare in the Park. He did this on the very first Monday after leaving Juilliard, demonstrating not only his talent, but also his commitment to classical theater. It was clear from the start that he did not see acting as a stepping stone to Hollywood fame. Instead, it was a craft to be mastered, a discipline to be respected. He famously said, "I don't give Hollywood the power to limit me. I can always do theater. I can do Ibsen. I can do Macbeth. I can do Chekhov. I can do Molière, Othello. I can do Richard III." This philosophy shows that he believed in the boundless potential of an actor, and it also explains why he approaches every role with such focus and authority. Looking back, it is easy to see how the combination of Harlem grit and classical discipline shaped Ving Rhames into the actor he became. His early experiences taught him resilience, his teachers taught him discipline, and his rigorous training gave him versatility.
Performances Rhames was the talk of the town in Hollywood. He absolutely nailed his roles in movies.
Together, these forces created an actor capable of both raw power and subtle depth. This foundation explains why, later in his career, he could dominate both the screen and the hearts of audiences, while also commanding respect and fear off-screen. And so, from the streets of Harlem to the stages of Juilliard and Shakespeare in the Park, Ving Rhames built the base of a legendary career. It is this combination of toughness and training that would make him not only a Hollywood icon, but also a figure whose presence is unforgettable. Having seen where Ving Rhames came from, the streets of Harlem and the disciplined halls of Juilliard, it is easier to understand how he became a commanding presence on screen. His early training gave him the tools, but it was his grit, focus, and life experiences that made him unforgettable. And then, when he stepped onto a film set, that combination created a persona that audiences would learn to fear and respect. In the late 1980s, Rhames began taking roles that allowed him to show both menace and charisma. He appeared in films such as Jacob's Ladder, 1990, and The People Under the Stairs, 1991, where he played figures with authority and danger. These early roles demonstrated that he could embody complex heavies, characters who were not just one-dimensional villains, but credible, layered figures. As a result, casting directors started noticing his ability to balance toughness with subtle emotional depth. Then came 1994, and everything changed. Rhames took on the role of Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction. This part was defining. His character exuded intimidation and authority, and his deep, resonant voice struck fear into both the characters on screen and audiences. And it wasn't just the words he said, it was the way he said them, the measured control in his movements, and the sense of quiet danger he carried. From that moment, Rhames became synonymous with cinematic authority, someone whose presence alone could dominate a scene. Soon after, he joined the Mission: Impossible franchise, taking on the role of Luther Stickle in 1996. What made this role special was its longevity. Rhames became the only actor besides Tom Cruise to appear in every installment, spanning nearly 3 decades. And through it all, he served as the voice of reason, the calm and steadfast presence amidst the chaos. While Cruise performed daring stunts, Rhames anchored the team with gravitas, proving that his talent for commanding attention extended beyond intimidation. He could also convey reliability, intelligence, and authority.
The only person in the Mission Impossible lore, other than Tom, who's been in it since the beginning, he's a real veteran.
Meanwhile, other roles further cemented his image as Hollywood's go-to tough guy. In Con Air, 1997, he played Nathan Diamond Dog Jones, a character who combined physical prowess with moral certainty. And in other films, his roles consistently required presence, intensity, and the ability to make audiences feel tension without needing long speeches or flashy action. Because of this, Rhames became known for delivering performances where his hardened personality worked exceptionally well, giving credibility and weight to both action-packed and dramatic sequences. Another defining trait of Rhames is his voice. It is deep, gravelly, and commanding, like a dark forest that can both intimidate and captivate. And he has used it not only in live-action films, but also in voice work. He brought authority and nuance to the animated role of Cobra Bubbles in Lilo and Stitch, and even in commercials, such as narrating for Arby's, his presence demands attention. This unique vocal quality added another layer to his screen persona, ensuring that whether he was on camera or behind a microphone, he could leave a lasting impression. Ultimately, the combination of his early experiences, classical training, and innate intensity allowed Rhames to craft a screen presence like no other. And because of that, he became more than just an actor. He became a symbol of gravitas, toughness, and authority in Hollywood. From his first intimidating roles to his status as Luther Stickle, audiences have come to expect a performance that is both powerful and layered. A performance shaped by his roots, his discipline, and his understanding of presence. By the time Ving Rhames had established himself as Hollywood's ultimate tough guy, he was ready to show that his talent went far beyond intimidation. And so, he began taking roles that challenged expectations and allowed him to explore the depth of his craft. One of the earliest examples came in 1997, when he portrayed boxing promoter Don King in Don King. Only in America. This performance earned him a Golden Globe and revealed a side of Rhames that few had seen. He brought nuance and drama to the role, balancing the larger-than-life energy of King with human vulnerability. It was proof that Rhames could excel in a dramatic role without relying on brute force or menace. He even did a voiceover for a cartoon character, displaying his versatility and flexibility.
The stove on while you were out.
Chloe! Just a simmer.
But Rhames's recognition didn't stop there. During the awards ceremony, he made a memorable and surprisingly generous gesture. He handed his Golden Globe to legendary actor Jack Lemmon, saying that Lemmon deserved it more.
I feel that being an artist is about giving, and I'd like to give this to you, Mr. Jack Lemmon.
This act earned him admiration throughout Hollywood, demonstrating his respect for artistry and humility in an industry often defined by ego. And this generosity became a defining part of his public persona, showing that his presence was not just powerful, but thoughtful and considerate as well. Beyond awards, Rhames continued to explore a wide range of characters. He took on roles like Man in Rosewood, 1997, and Marcus in Bringing Out the Dead, 1999, in which he balanced toughness with humanity. These performances proved that he could inhabit complex, layered characters, making him a versatile actor capable of moving seamlessly between action, drama, and character-driven storytelling. And even when the story required physical presence, he imbued his characters with depth, showing audiences that his intensity could serve both strength and empathy. Then, in the 2000s, Rhames embraced even more unconventional roles. In 2007, he played the gay firefighter Fred G. Duncan in I Now Pronounce You, Chuck and Larry, stepping far outside the tough guy box. This choice reflected his willingness to take risks and challenge himself, proving that he could adapt to comedy and lighter genres while maintaining authenticity. And beyond film, Rhames also expanded into voice acting. He brought Tobias Jones to life in the video game Driver 3, voiced Cobra Bubbles in Lilo and Stitch, and narrated documentaries such as American Gangster. Through these roles, his deep, commanding voice became a signature, adding authority and presence even when he was off camera. Of course, Rhames's career was not without hurdles. He faced legal disputes over unpaid fees for The Red Canvas, 2009, and profit issues from Animal, 2005. While these challenges were minor compared to his accomplishments, they were unexpected turns that reminded everyone that even established stars must navigate the complexities of the industry. And yet, he continued to move forward, taking on projects that reflected both his stature and his curiosity as an actor. Looking ahead, Rhames shows no signs of slowing down. He is set to appear in upcoming films such as Uppercut 2025, where he plays Elliot Duffend and the Mongoose, further demonstrating his ongoing relevance in Hollywood. And with each new role, he continues to defy typecasting, proving that his career is defined not only by fearsome characters, but also by versatility, depth, and an enduring commitment to craft. Ultimately, Rhames's journey beyond the heavy roles shows a man unafraid to take risks, unafraid to expand his horizons, and unafraid to use his influence and talent for both artistry and generosity. And as he continues to challenge expectations, his story reminds us that true greatness in Hollywood comes not only from strength and intimidation, but also from versatility, courage, and a dedication to pushing the boundaries of one's craft. Now, while Ving Rhames is often remembered for his commanding presence on screen, there is another side to him, one shaped by faith, family, and a deep sense of responsibility. And so, to understand the man behind the myth, we must look beyond the heavy roles and explore his personal life and humanitarian efforts. First, Rhames's Christian faith has been a guiding force in his life. He has often spoken about how his beliefs shape his decisions, giving him a moral compass both on and off set. And though his career demanded toughness, his faith influenced the way he approached challenges, helping him remain grounded amid Hollywood's pressures. In addition, his marital history reflects his personal journey, showing both the triumphs and struggles of maintaining relationships while navigating a demanding career. Through it all, his private life remains remarkably discreet, allowing his work and character to define him more than tabloid speculation. But perhaps the most revealing aspect of Rhames's character is his dedication to helping others. Throughout his career, he has consistently engaged in charity work, emphasizing support for those less fortunate. This commitment was profoundly highlighted during the filming of The Saint of Fort Washington. On set, Rhames unexpectedly encountered his long-lost brother, a homeless Vietnam veteran. Shocked and moved, he immediately took responsibility for his brother, providing food, clothing, and a place to stay. This experience deepened Rhames's commitment to giving back, showing that his generosity was not just performative, but deeply personal and transformative. Rhames's dedication to others parallels his professional success. Over the years, he has built an estimated net worth of $16 million, securing residences in Los Angeles and Santa Monica. And yet, despite his financial stability, he has consistently prioritized the needs of others, using his platform to make a meaningful impact. Even as Hollywood lauds his talent, it is his character outside of the spotlight that amplifies his reputation. Looking at his career as a whole, Rhames's legacy is one of enduring influence. For over 4 decades, he has portrayed some of the most memorable heavies in film history. But his fearsome presence is never superficial. It is rooted in depth, intelligence, and conviction. And because of this, audiences respect him not only for the intimidation his roles evoke, but also for the authenticity and commitment behind every performance. Ultimately, Ving Rhames has left an indelible mark on Hollywood. Through his performances, whether as Marcellus Wallace, Luther Stickle, or in dramatic roles like Don King, he has shown versatility, dedication, and a rare ability to command attention without resorting to exaggeration. And through his humanitarian efforts, he has demonstrated that power and empathy can coexist, reinforcing his status as a true role model. In the end, the legend of Ving Rhames is more than the roles he plays. It is the person he is. He combines talent, generosity, and unwavering commitment, creating a legacy that inspires both colleagues and fans. From the streets of Harlem to the stages of Juilliard and onto the screens of Hollywood, Rhames has undeniably left his mark. And so, as we reflect on his career and life, it becomes clear Ving Rhames is not just a feared icon on screen. He is a complex, compassionate, and enduring legend whose impact reaches far beyond cinema. That will be all for now. Goodbye.